Hey, stick around, guys. We're going to have a great episode for you. We got current events. We got Paul's terrible THC illness. Rob
CHS.
sucks. Whatever that is.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But stick around.
This podcast contains explicit language and is intended for adult audiences. The views and opinions of Gentlemen No Class are strictly for comedic purposes and should not be taken literally. For instance, like this disclaimer. Now grab yourself a pint and enjoy.
And welcome to another episode of Gentlemen No Class, a podcast that when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. I'm Jake.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Big Josh.
And like it or not, gentle ladies and gentlemen, we are the host of this podcast. There is no Rob tonight.
No Rob.
No Rob.
Unfortunately.
Yes, finally. No, I mean, not the Rob.
Wow.
I meant something else.
Wow.
There's a lot of things going on, folks.
It's all good.
That's all good, man.
We're missing Rob tonight. He has
Mucha
family
love, mucha
get-togethers. Life happens.
Well, you know,
I call
Rob would
them
normally
orgies.
say, you know, hey, man, we're giving out a private, forget it.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I call them orgies. He calls them family get-togethers.
Yeah, that's all the
what it
same.
is,
To
bro.
each his own.
Do your thing. I didn't know Rob was from Tennessee. That's good stuff.
He is?
Yeah, it's a real inbred state. You know what I mean? Family get-togethers. It's a good time.
That I did not know.
Didn't
Thanks
know
for bringing
The
that
whole
out.
state's got 4 last names. You
Man,
didn't
that
know
Rob is like an onion, man. He's got layers.
Layers. You know what else
Layers.
has layers?
What's that?
Parfait.
I don't know
Parfait
what that
does have
is.
layers?
It does have
Oh,
layers.
really? Okay.
Oh, is that a fruit company? No, I'm thinking of the.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing on September 20th?
I don't know.
Oh, man. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to raid.
You getting ready to raid?
I'm bringing a lawn chair, my mole backpack, and a 6-pack.
Are you guys
And you're gonna be in the in the living room. I'm assuming. You know,
I'm going to be a bright pink Cadillac right on the line, ready to go.
like Pinky?
Yeah.
Like Pinky's
folks.
Cadillac?
We are talking
Ready
about
to go.
storming Area 51, the joke, which turned out.
I don't
to
know if
be,
it's a joke.
No, it started off as a joke. For most of you don't know.
Fill us in, Paul.
Yeah, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. Somebody posted a Facebook event for September 20 saying Storm Area 51. And if you read the info, you can tell it's obviously a joke, but some were taking it literal. And
It's like something like 1 million people.
yes, it
or
started. Last time I
200.
checked, it was at about 250,000
Where do you
people,
check this
and
at?
Facebook. I'm not sure what page.
I
Just
think the thread's
look it
called
up.
shit posting because I'm in shambles. That's where it originated from.
Oh, I see. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, people are taking it literally, and it's over 1 million.
And why would you not?
Right.
That is just stupid.
As the
We've
post
been
says,
there.
As the post says, they can't stop us all.
Yeah.
I think
So
they're going to
some
try
are gonna
though.
die, but that's the point. It's a joke. Jesus, if people are taking it real, and like me and Jacob said before, I've been there twice. Once with my dad, and once with Jacob and his wife, and the signs clearly say if you go
Use deadly
past, you
force.
will die. Yeah. Deadly force will be enforced. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It doesn't rhyme like that. Deadly force.
Yeah,
we
I
will
do. It
enforce.
sounds cool, I
I don't
guess.
think
It doesn't
it's-
rhyme?
Yeah.
It doesn't say that. Is what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say.
The US government
but it sounds
doesn't-
cooler.
Give a
They don't
fuck.
invest in rhymes. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, they invested in rounds and heavy. Who knows what they,
Do you
what
think?
they got?
Okay, so let's. Do you think they will actually use deadly?
Well,
force?
I saw an article that they know, they know about this,
Sure.
Obviously.
and
They're all on checking
they,
their Instagram.
yeah, they're
and
not,
Facebook.
the thing is,
It's all compiled to the NSA. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joke, obviously, but people are taking it for real. Like, just have some common sense.
Well, sure, but
You're-
those people
you're
that are taking it
announcing
seriously,
months
make sure-
ahead
Yeah.
of what you're planning to do. Like, they're already ready. They've been ready prior to like any, a planned.
Sure.
What's it called? Like what's going on right now? Like this so-called take. They can't stop us. Doesn't matter. That's just
They're going to stop us all.
Foolish.
What you're saying,
Is
right?
there a team called O.J. Simpson's Armored Bronco team? Like that's going to be
That's
raiding?
gonna be
'Cause,
there?
There are teams that apparently there's
Are
like
you- wait.
is it Naruto or Naruto, that anime?
all the Kyles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
say-
true. Yeah,
they're all going to be
in
storming
different
them.
SWAT teams.
Yeah,
or
SWAT, there you go.
Do groups.
Dude groups, yeah.
Folks, if you're listening and just don't buy that bullshit. Don't just. I mean, just watch the show from here. Just don't
Make
go.
your own decisions,
Make
man.
your own
Why are you
decision,
gonna tell
man.
people not to do that?
So you want?
It's up to them.
Okay, so you want the
follow
weed to hurt to thin out. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, dude. But let's say this.
I don't condone it,
Right.
But do what you want to do.
But you know what? Those people shouldn't be breeding anyway. But let me just say this. Let's follow the rabbit hole for a minute. Let's say they raid, Paul,
All right.
and they win. And they get an alien body out of there.
But see, that's the thing.
What are you going to do?
Hold on.
We're following the rabbit hole.
Okay, well, let's say hypothetically they go in there, like I said, they're the Area 51 or whatever's there.
Bob
They
Lazar
know
wins.
they know well in advance that these people are trying to do this. Don't you think they would move everything away or not have anything to value if they do storm it and get through?
I don't know, because I don't think they think everybody's going to get in. I think they're just like you. They think it's, we're going to underestimate these people.
The technology they possibly have, too, man. Come on.
What if they want to get
they're
this
going
shit
against.
out, and they're just like, we're planning this, and we're going.
This is a ploy.
The door's wide open.
Commander
guys.
Johnson lets them in.
Yes.
Commander Johnson.
In more ways than one.
Right.
Who's
Amen.
Commander Johnson?
He's the leader of the the Do group that's leading. I don't.
Is this
know.
legitimate?
It's just,
Are you
it's just some
bullshit?
I'm bullshit. You some
Okay.
random dude.
Johnson,
Okay.
he's laying them in.
Yeah, you know me.
It's a sex joke.
It's a sex joke.
Give him credit.
But let's follow that one too. So Jake's of the assumption that there's some let's let the secrets out staff members at the base, right? And they let them in.
Why
Okay.
not? With a buffet and everything.
Well,
What if it's just bullshit? They show them like, hey, we got aliens, blah blah blah. It's just this shit from Fox they showed 20 years ago. Remember dissecting? Remember I'm talking about that
Or the
alien
alien
autopsy? Yeah.
Hey, that shit
There
was
you
real.
go.
That shit was real. Though.
Fucking
Right.
spaghetti and spaghettios and shit for their guts.
all right. So Paul, you are telling everybody to stay home. It's a dumb idea. Don't get shot by the U.S. military.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Be rational, people. Come on.
I like it.
And also too, because apparently, well, it says it in this meetup or on Facebook. According to the meetup, I think they said they're going to meet up at the Alien Inn, and they said they're preparing for the influx.
Alien, sorry.
Yeah, the Alien Inn's in Rachel, Nevada, near Groom Lake, where the access is Area 51, by the way.
Right.
And it's famous. Have you seen the movie Paul? They go to it.
Yeah.
You don't have a movie, man.
Huh?
You don't have a movie.
Shut up. that and I've been there too. Actually, we've been there. Me and Jacob.
Well, good for them because it looks like they
but they're
can use the
preparing-
money. They can use the money.
I mean, literally, is in the middle of nowhere. What's amazing there too, kind of like a little off subject, but going there, I remember the first time when I went there. It was it was my birthday. That's right. I went to Vegas. My dad, and I turned 21. My dad took me out there. We went, and we also went to Area 51.
White privilege.
But anyway,
guys.
we're not barely. So, fuck you. Rob's not here, so they're gonna call me out.
Hey, man, I didn't go to Vegas.
So
when I
no,
was
anyway,
21.
but the point I was saying, like
Me
when I
either.
got there, one of the things I never forgot, because it's in the middle of nowhere, Rachel, Nevada, and like
Right.
it's so in the desert. It's like 50 degrees. The air was so dry. It was beautiful. It was nice, and it was so quiet.
There's a good wind blowing.
No, hardly any. And,
No wind.
and the air. I mean, just it was so quiet. My ears actually hurt because it was so quiet, but it was so
Really?
peaceful. Yeah, I mean,
Really?
literally, it's in the desert. It's about what 75, 80 miles from Vegas.
or
Rachel,
take,
Nevada.
Yeah.
I think about
Like
like
an
a
hour
couple
and
of
a half.
hours or
Hour and
something.
a half.
Hour and a half.
Tops,
Yeah.
How many clicks is that?
I don't know.
Just
I
if
can't
you
tell
had
you
to
that.
guess.
I can't tell. I don't know.
Where does
I
the
don't know.
sun set? I don't fucking.
How does a rainbow work?
I don't know
Oh
shit,
wow,
but-
that's gonna be
But
fun.
folks, don't be moronic and fall
Yeah.
for it. It was a joke, and now people are taking it serious. Come on,
Way too serious.
Hey,
Listen,
but
the people,
If you're gonna
the
storm
people-
something, you do storm something good,
storm
like
the beach and clean the beach. Is that what?
No.
No,
No.
that's stupid.
Storm career builder and get a fucking job.
that too.
man.
Why don't you storm? I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
I'll tell you what, if anybody wants
what's
to,
a good
tomorrow
use of
morning
it?
at 8:30, let's storm a Denny's.
Yeah, let's overwhelm them. Let's make them.
Moon's over my hammy. That's how you do it, brother. You stack pancakes, man.
That's what you got to do. All right, tomorrow at 7 a.m., folks. No matter when it's
Yeah.
when it's
not gonna-
released.
That's not,
Yeah.
does
Not
not
gonna-
make
it
any
doesn't
sense.
make
Hey,
any
shut,
sense at all.
everybody just order at once.
Everybody
Yeah.
order at once?
There you
Yeah.
go, storm. Because
Cool.
they're lazy. Nobody's going to go physically. Come
Nice,
on.
nice. Well, we'll see.
We may have to do something like that in the future, but what we're all skipping over.
No, we're not doing that.
What we're all skipping over is
Don't do that.
What if the owners of
Don't
the
do that,
Alien
folks, what I said.
Inn are the ones behind all this?
Maybe for publicity, I wouldn't doubt it.
Sales are down.
That's a great mark.
Sales are
that's
down.
a
That's
good
great
theory.
marketing technique right there.
Never thought about that.
Sales are down at the Alien Inn. Now we're charging $500 a night.
5 Hunskies? What?
5 Hunskies because you and the Chewbaccas or whatever your team name is couldn't get your shit together in time, and now
It's interesting.
Please
shit out
don't
of
go,
luck.
folks. Please.
It's nothing's going to happen. They're not going to storm. It's just all,
I mean it might rain, but that's as close as it's going to get to a storm out there.
Yeah, right.
It might rain.
might rain. But on
do
another
that.
note,
Okay, so we want to get into current events.
yeah.
I believe.
You have anything? Anybody got
You know
anything?
what? I do.
What you got?
So what I want to bring up is Top Gun Maverick.
Why?
I just
Yeah.
saw it. I
It's
mean,
beautiful.
the trailer.
It has Tom
Epic.
Cruise in it, right?
Listen,
Tom Cruise.
For
right?
everybody
Yeah.
who doesn't know, Pablo or Jake does not like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise
I'm not a big fan.
at all.
He's a great actor, and I respect him for that. But
I don't think you do because you don't watch his movies. So how
I
would you-
like A Few Good Men. He's a great actor.
Yeah,
Mission Impossible
Never
1's great.
seen me very
just the
upset.
first one.
I never gave him a fair shake on the second, third, fourth, 5, and 6.
See,
But
yeah,
what's another good movie from Tom Cruise?
Collateral. He's a badass in that movie.
Collateral's all right.
that's
Yeah,
all right.
He's a badass in it.
It's all
Ah,
right.
no, all right. That motherfucker's a badass in it. That
A Few
scene
Good
where he's in a
Men is the
club
best one.
and when he falls or it just he just fucking shoots between. He's laying down. He shoots between his fucking legs. That was just a badass scene, man. In the club towards the end, there's some great scenes in that
He
movie.
brings a great body of work. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not going to deny that.
Oh, he has a huge ton of work.
Yeah.
Risky Business. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking not Rain Man.
Yeah,
Born
Rain
on the
Man.
4th of July. And Rain Man. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also Rain Man.
Yeah, give me a couple beers. Don't be shy here.
Yeah, don't be shy. But also,
Minority Report. Yeah.
well, I wouldn't put that on the old A list there, but Top Gun is essential when you're talking about movies from the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
You got Kenny Loggins, you got Tom Cruise, Goose. It's almost a musical kind of if you think about the piano.
Okay, let's go through this Tom Cruise bit. Hurry.
So I'll be seeing that the day it comes out.
Thank you, sir.
The day it comes out, because I watched the original Top Gun last night
Oh, okay.
in preparation.
I still haven't seen it.
Part of what's good about those
Me
old
either.
school 80s movies is they do one shoot for a lot of stuff. Right? So you have the part in there where he's shooting down these MiGs with these rockets. And it's the same shot for like 13 different kills.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well,
You know, he's sitting there doing his little cockpit thing, and he's all, and he's all, oh, I got a lock. Boom. It's the same damn scene, every single one. It's epic. It's
You know that-
80s epic.
that's when it has character. Those movies have character.
That's
that
why.
bar scene, right? Or Miramar
Which one?
Base. Like I didn't live that far away. When I was living in San Diego, I lived 5 minutes away from Miramar Base.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. I said I told I remember
We
I was
got to go
telling
back and get a Top Gun hat or a jacket or something, man.
no shit.
Fucking love that movie.
I gotta. I'll watch it this weekend. I never seen the original. I always wanted to see it. I like Tom
You're too
Cruise.
busy watching
Scientology or
Cocktail.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cocktail.
Cocktail was a
Fucking-
great movie.
Sorry.
We find out
yeah.
the guy's dead, right?
Yeah, I made a
Spoiler.
video
Yeah, whatever.
about that.
Spoiler
It's
from the
stupid.
80s, yeah.
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 Another cult classic. Just going to throw that out there.
Throw it out.
Go on.
James Cameron getting the band back together.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait.
Bringing back good old
What?
Eddie Furlong.
That's
as
right.
John Connor.
Oh.
What's your takes on that?
Well, not him, but just forget it. Oh, you know what? I
You had
said
a disgusting face.
What? No.
on, like,
Wasn't
when I
that
said
wasn't
You
that
really
wasn't for
did.
Airwood Furlong? That was for something else. That was something else. Whatever.
Okay.
We're not. Well, yeah, but what's he been? Has he done anything lately?
Eating, I think.
That's about
gained
it.
some
Barely
no-beat.
existing.
He's been at Val
Like
Kilmer's
most of
house
us.
just eating.
Val Kilmer's house. Hey guys, yeah.
Hey, fuck you guys. You see Deja Vu? That's Fat Val Kilmer at his best.
Oh, yeah?
No,
Have you seen
no,
Val
no,
Kilmer
no.
today?
Well, no.
I haven't.
Yeah, he's in horrible shape. He has like throat
What?
cancer. He can't really talk.
Really?
Who?
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
Last
how's
I
it-
heard, he lost a lot of weight. I thought he was
Yeah.
doing good.
No, I'm
Isn't
talking
he
about.
supposed to be in the new
ta-
Top Gun?
I'm talking about like his throat. He can't really.
Oh,
talk.
really?
Oh.
He had like I think he had throat cancer or something like
Oh.
that, and they did an operation. They took something with his voice box, and he's like, they really have to throw them subtitles out there.
Oh wow.
So he's in bad shape right now.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but you mean Eddie Furlong, guys?
Yeah, Eddie Furlong. Yeah,
American History X. Yay!
I haven't heard.
I think that's.
I don't know
good. I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. That's cool. They got him back.
Is it fair to say that we're going with Terminator, The Judgment Day?
Yeah.
And then this movie? I mean, is that going to be the trilogy? Dark Date? Was it Dark?
Dark Fate.
Dark Fate. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't
is that
know,
going to be the
man.
trilogy?
You think that'll be? Well, see, what's interesting. What I
get
like.
rid of like 3.
What I do like about this one is the plot about it. It's especially Arnold's involvement or his character. It's gonna dive into the actual model for the T1000,
right?
Like because technically he was it was modeled after an actual person. So it's about they're gonna go. I think it's kind of going back in time, or when they talk about like when it's modeled after him for real, like the actual person.
Right.
You understand?
I got you.
Yeah. So like I
so
seems pretty interesting.
So where does Genesis fall in this? Is that
I don't know. See, like that's it's kind of weird, and then Salvation.
Yeah,
I think you have to watch that independently from it.
John
I think
Connor,
it's like almost like its own.
Yeah, I think you have to watch that independently from those other ones.
It's not
from those two.
What about what's Terminator 3? What is it called? The guy that went to rehab.
Yeah, no, I like that.
I like that too.
People get a lot of shit.
Just die, bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking
Catherine Brewster. Relax. I forgot the third one.
Talk to the hand, honey.
Talk to the head. Patience, honey.
Oh yeah, patience, honey.
Move, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, now we're just signing the fucking.
Yeah.
Movie. But,
I forgot the third one. Yeah,
the
third one in Arnie. Yeah, I we can look it up, but we don't want to. I guess we got phones. Fuck it.
You felt like it was all right.
It was alright.
What?
No, it was alright.
The third one?
The third one.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So any
an audience
else
in the back,
on the
So there's a lot. Lion King, the new Lion King came out.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. What about it?
I know. Well, so there's been a lot of expectations with it. There was a lot. There was some good amount of build up, and I'm waiting to see the numbers. I think it could do very, very,
did it just come out?
Very well. It did.
I heard,
but it's the live action. The
live. That's what cracks me up. Live action. It's all CGI, isn't it? Or is it actual animals?
I don't know.
Or is it animals?
I'm not sure.
Tamed with CGI.
I'm
What's
not
the
sure.
deal?
There's probably a great amount of CGI.
And it's what it looked like to me. So it's like, how is this live action?
It's how they advertise it, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it doesn't mean shit to me because it's just CGI, and they're fooling us, saying it's live action when it's just CGI. That's not live action. That's CGI. I mean, what do you call that? I think they actually have a word for it, but I'm not sure what they call it. I could have swore I was talking to somebody about this. I think actually it was Rob.
Well, sure, but I think you have to. I think obviously they have to spin it a certain way, right? Because you can't just go, "Hey, there's a CGI Lion King movie we're putting out."
Yeah. But it seems like it's just you're lying to me. Live action, and it don't look like live action to me. It looks like CGI.
But I don't know. It could be. There could be some live action in there.
I didn't look into it, but just from judging from the trailers, it just looks like straight CGI.
But do you remember? Do you remember the first time you saw The Lion King, the original one?
Of course, yeah, I remember.
So how do you feel about this one? And on a more broad scale, let's talk about how you guys feel a little bit about all of these remakes and some of these things going on.
I say you just leave them alone. The reason why is
Aladdin was better with Robin Williams for sure.
It's all money based.
Well, of course, it's money
I don't
based.
give a shit. I mean,
yeah. But my only reason is to leave them alone is because we are canceling out all of the animation. Like, there's no more 2D cartoons anymore.
Right.
And I think kids will love that shit. I love that shit. Even as an adult, I will still watch some Tom and Jerry.
I bought at Walmart. They had this. They had these 200 cartoons on like a set of 4 DVDs.
Oh, nice.
And it was like Popeye, the original Casper.
Oh,
like
sweet.
DuckTales, like Bugs Bunny, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was all that original kind of stuff we watched on like Saturday morning cartoons or whatever.
Nice.
It was awesome, man. Yeah.
Well, I know they're bringing back Looney Tunes. I heard that they're bringing back Looney Tunes with Foghorn, Leghorn, whatever.
I'll say. Welcome back.
And it's cartoon animation, and that's one of the things that they're working on. But it's also like fucking 4K and 1080. It's like it's nice. I mean, I don't mind it as long as it's cartoons. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like,
You can see the vein on the rooster's dick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I'm down for that.
good times.
Yeah.
So also, I wanted to bring up. I got two more, and then I'll stop. So, a little bit of NFL news here, and we'll buzz right past this because I know nobody's really interested.
Well, me for
go ahead.
sure.
Right.
Go on.
But
NFL.
so there's rumors that Zeke Elliott with the Dallas Cowboys will be, or is looking. The Dallas Cowboys organization is evaluating if they would like to trade him off for draft picks, maybe another running back. And the rumor is the Houston Texans.
I wish they wouldn't.
Well, it makes sense.
What does that mean for me? I'm just joking.
Doesn't mean anything
Go on.
for you, Bree Ball.
I don't know shit.
It means more money invested in our beautiful city.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So, but we'll blow past that.
I didn't mean to cut
Iran.
you off short. I was just fucking with you.
Well, no,
We're sticking with, Russell Westbrook came to the Rockets.
you're right.
Oh,
Right.
And no one cares about NBA either, right? But
Well, I mean, I do. But yeah.
I think that's going to be
What do you think? You think it's going to be the battle of the ball hogs or what?
they're
Friends, so they
they're
get
friends.
along.
Yeah, they can go. Yeah, it's too much right now, and I don't. James Harden needs to be a little loose.
You ready for this? You ready for this? I say they trade Harden.
I'm okay with that as well.
He's
down
in
with
his
that.
prime.
I'm down with
Trade
that.
him.
Just this
Get
ISO
picks
basketball
and run.
This is not a sports podcast, by the way, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I am with you on that. Trade Harden. I'm okay with that, and I hate to say that.
I hear you.
But we don't
yeah.
have
Rob
to
would have cut you off a long time ago. So I'm
Rob's
speaking for
not
Rob.
here.
Fuck
Rob's
you.
not
Rob's Trey's not here right now.
Well, I'm channeling through, or Rob's channeling through me.
Stop banging on the table.
Yeah.
Talking about
God damn it, beer bottles and hey, Rob, how you doing?
we'll need to practice.
So, yeah.
Randy.
So segueing to you were gonna go, Josh.
I'm
you
sorry.
Were,
I was going
you
to
said
discuss Iran.
Is it Iran or Iran? How do you
Iran.
Iran.
Same
Iran.
shit? Tomato.
Well, it
potato,
depends.
potato?
It depends.
if you're on the east side
We'll give you that shit.
of the.
It doesn't matter. Even if you're from a different place, and you say it, if you're not from there, or whatever, you're gonna get it incorrect. It doesn't matter. What I'm just saying.
Let the joke marinate a little
What?
bit.
I'm
Let
just
it
saying.
Fucking crush it.
marinate.
I'm just saying that's the truth. People's
Yeah.
dialects are different, and people are gonna get it wrong. It's okay.
You put the wrong emphasis on the
So
wrong
what's going on
syllable.
in Iran?
So
Iran.
in Iran.
Iran.
So there's this whole debacle of did they shoot down a drone? Did they not shoot down a drone? Nobody's. It's his word versus, I guess we'll call Iran her word.
Oh, okay, got you.
And then today found out that Iran, I don't want to say commandeered, but they forced a British flagged ship into the Strait of blah blah blah, whatever that's called.
Right.
Are you talking about the canal?
Yeah, the canal that feeds into.
Okay,
You know what
I
I'm
know.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
The Strait of
That's Ultra Cliff.
Mosa Heath or whatever.
Damn it, I don't have it. So
I know. We gotta get that.
I'm using a different fucking
We gotta get
interface.
that.
You can't press it, can you? You gotta say it manually. Use your mouth.
That's
Ultra
right.
Cliff.
So with that comes a lot of implications. That's tough. That's real.
This is
sketchy.
recent. How long ago was this? Today.
Today, bro.
Okay.
Damn, interesting.
Well, isn't that almost like an act of war?
I mean, it depends. It's loose.
It's
It's a loose
hard- yeah.
translation, man. It's loose.
It's very careful with that shit. It just
It's loose. It's like well, we won't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it's like when they said, "Oh, pro-Russian forces took over parts of the Ukraine." Yeah, no. It was Russian forces in some different fucking uniforms, bro. You could call
Damn.
it pro-Russian, but
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Prussian.
Russian.
Prussian, gotcha.
Russia. No, not Prussia.
I know. Just fucking.
Russia.
Wow.
Speaking of Russia, we'll segue into the new Russian app.
Oh,
Oh,
what's that app called, sir?
It's the old people face app.
What's the deal about that? Like, I've heard about that, but I don't know too much about
I'm not
the
gonna lie,
Russians.
my wife did the thing, my photo. I look like a badass biker. So
yeah, you
I
do.
can't
You
be
look like
mad
this
at it.
one guy that passed away, unfortunately. This
Way to fucking bring
I
down the
didn't- I don't know why I said that. I'm
podcast,
sorry.
bro. Damn, Paul.
It's like
You look like this guy that died terribly.
You said biker. He was a biker, and he just looked. I don't know. What? I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
I don't
way.
know.
It's okay, man. I look like a badass biker.
Like
apparently.
Paul said before, we have that herd mentality, and,
Right.
and we see it on Facebook, and we see it on our social media
Right.
interfaces, and everybody wants to jump on it and take a picture of them, and they don't read the user agreement or whatever.
Nobody.
No
usually
one
does.
does.
No one does.
But I mean, honestly, I'm
Barely.
sure someone's jerking off to some of these pictures back in 2005. You know what I mean?
Listen, if there's an
This wasn't the first one.
Okay, so
if
but
there's an
what's the
Eastern
truth? Like,
European
have
woman
you? I
jerking
haven't
off
looked
to
it
my
up.
old face. Let her do it, bro. I'm
Okay,
all
but
about it.
as far as like what's the deal with the ties with Russia with this face app? Like,
I think so. I think they developed it, or maybe they own the app, or something like that. It's not.
I mean, is it true that they? What?
Even if they did, Paul, what are they going to do with our old ass faces?
Yeah. Well,
Well,
they're saying
it's
it's
research. It could be just research on how.
So what are they going to 3D print mini us's and
Why
like?
not? I mean, I don't care. I mean,
Right.
I mean, all these freaking companies has my information. It is what it
Yeah.
is. It's the day and age we live.
Right.
However,
Right.
surrender.
go to the Gentleman No Class Instagram, and you'll see a layer to layer to layer production of this face app.
Really?
Yeah.
One of our Rafael Vega.
Yeah.
Oh.
And,
Yeah, that's why I joked around. Like when it first came out,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking I never downloaded the app, but I was thinking if I had it, I was like, man, what if? Okay, you put the filter on, the old filter on right once, right? You take that same one and keep applying that filter like 20 fucking times and see how old these that fucking and like the results are fucking hilarious, folks. So try that. Like you look old and decrepit, like you're falling apart, man. Like it is
They just
fucking
open the
hilarious.
open the
Like
coffin, and there you are.
I mean,
yeah,
right,
yeah, fucking dried as shit. And it's so fucking funny.
You know,
and we
wanna
did
get-
that treatment to Raph. Raph, you
wanna
appreciate it.
get
Go
real
fuck
you
yourself.
want to get
You
real
like it.
depressed? You take a picture of your dick and put that.
Oh.
filter on.
I tried.
Ooh.
I actually tried, but they.
What is
they-
that?
No, I actually.
Yes.
Because Rob
These are-
sent us a
it's
picture
so-
of
It
all
looks
of
like-
us, and
looks
what
like
I did, I
shriveled
was
up
looking
shrimp.
for a dick pic, and I was
Right.
going to try to do it, but you can't.
I'm mad I didn't get a
Oh,
dick
really?
pic.
No, you
So
can't
it's
because
only
it
for
recognizes
faces?
the faces only, and they don't
Damn.
even show the
Yeah.
dicks in my
So
photo
draw
library.
a happy face on your dick.
Interesting.
Or what if you put a dick in front of your face?
Well,
What if I Photoshop a face on a dick?
There you go.
There you go.
Now you're talking.
Done.
See, folks, this is why you tune in and listen to us because we give you the best ideas.
Right.
This is why you trust us.
Right.
So, well, you always should trust us.
Since we're talking about dicks,
Go
I
on.
do have some news
About
about
dicks?
dicks. Yes,
Them dicks.
Well, dicks and buttholes.
But them dicks in general.
Yes. So somebody at our office
Okay.
sent somebody else at our office a bag of gummy dicks.
Interesting.
Yeah, with
Sounds delish.
with the glitter, the dick glitter.
Okay.
So when you
Is it
open
dick
the bag,
glitter edible?
no. So when you open the bag,
That sucks.
the dick glitter
That's fun.
spoofs.
That is fun.
Wait, the
the
dick.
dick glitter
glitter?
goes all over the place.
Oh,
on your
fun.
clothes.
So
now when
cleaning
you're-
is
now
fun.
so now the cleaning people.
Oh, they hate you guys.
Sorry, Jake. The cleaning people
Yeah.
have to clean up the dick glitter.
The Mexican. Right?
Hey, I'm unknown.
Hey. Ours is El Salvadorian, I think.
I'm
Oh, is it?
unknown.
Okay.
So fuck you guys, according to a
Just
police
remember.
officer.
Now you know what? I'm not even going to take it there.
Go there.
We'll continue on. No, we're not.
Okay.
Continue
All right.
on, sir.
We'll go there. So I will say this. Also, last February, my wife was considering. They have what you do is you make a mold of your butthole, and you send it to this company, and they can make little chocolates
Yeah, I don't.
that are molds of your asshole.
Why would it?
But hold on. The
It's
thing
a beautiful thing. Eat my ass.
So someone
Okay.
has a mold of your wife's asshole.
Well, no, she didn't do it.
I'm
just
just
saying,
saying that
Somebody-
potentially.
no, not potentially. No, nobody did it.
No, it can't happen because some's going to do it. Not,
Well, right.
not in your household, right? But I'm just saying.
Oh, right, like the general use.
Aaron,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
don't
Well,
do
it's just
this.
So if you do the mold, somebody has a mold of your chocolate
Exactly.
starfish.
So how's that different from the face app? It's the same shit. Someone else has.
But I think these are El
template, if
El
you will.
Salvadorians. They're not Russian. I think we're good.
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
that do that? That do
Butthole
the
thing, yeah.
Communist is communist, man. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
So, on a lighter note,
Right.
Todd Phillips.
Okay.
You know who Todd Phillips is?
Director?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
From The Hangovers.
Uh-huh.
Also doing the Joker movie.
Right.
So, he is saying that Joker is
Your face
nothing.
doesn't look good on that.
Is
Go
what?
ahead.
No, it's fine.
Wait,
I'm
what?
okay with it.
The Joker is what?
It's nothing from the comic books.
I
And people
heard,
are going to be mad. Some people are trying to see the Killing Joke on the silver screen, on the actors and stuff, and I don't care. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I think I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do justice.
Well, from the previews, I think, and what we've talked about, I think his vision looks pretty,
trust him,
pretty
yeah.
legit. Yeah, I mean,
I
I think
trust
it's going to
him.
be okay. But
least
I like
for
that
the
he's
teaser.
coming out and saying, "Look, guys, if you're
Yeah.
looking for X, Y, and Z, fuck
Because
off. You're not going to."
Yeah, it's inevitable. People
Right.
they're gonna criticize him for it.
Absolutely.
He's being proactive about it. Like, hey, I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Right.
You expect source material. Forget it. It's gonna sounds like it's nothing gonna be like it.
Yeah, this is a whole separate deal.
I kind of like that. He's kind of maybe I don't know what he's basing off his actual like what his source material is. I don't know.
Oh, what his
But
vision
either way,
is of the Joker?
either way, like he's taking for what he knows and interpreting it or telling it through that. Or
What he told Empire is that we didn't follow anything from the comic books, which people are going to be mad about. And I quote, "We just wrote our own version of where a guy like Joker might come from." That's what was interesting to me. We're not even doing Joker, but the story of becoming Joker. It's about this man.
that makes
like
sense
that.
because there's no true origin story, right? I mean, there is others, but there really isn't officially. That
So
makes
now you're gonna
that just
kinda get-
adds to me. You know what that means? That just that just adds to the other. Like in the comics, other origins, right? Am I right, Jacob? Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't want because there's multiple ones. But there's no true one single origin, right?
Well, in this
So
Joker
this just
case, it's gonna
adds
be
to
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it just adds more of the mystery, and that's awesome. I like that.
Well, I
I'm
think
looking
it-
forward to it now even more now. because
Right.
of
I mean,
that.
I think it does. I think it does give people who maybe because you got to look at your audience, right? Some people who are looking for maybe that origin
yeah.
will maybe find
And people
that
have the
in the, in the
social
movie.
media.
right?
They'll let them know,
But
definitely.
they maybe will find that in this movie,
Yeah.
yeah.
and if it's what they need, or if it helps them,
And
I
that's
think you'll.
that's pretty cool because
Yeah.
he's or what like you just said, Jacob in his interview, he said we're just going to come up what we think
Right.
would be like an like a person coming like him.
Right.
What would they like coming from their perspective? What they would think? I mean, that seems pretty cool. Like this, that's
we're
pretty
gonna,
original.
We're going to basically profile this guy and
Yeah.
then come
And see-
up with a past.
right, and then
Right.
the
Well-
fact that Joaquin is Phoenix is involved too. Is
speaking
just,
of
I mean,
Joaquin,
man,
man, yeah.
He did an interview in July
Okay, come on.
earlier this month with Collider, and talking about the plot details that had been kept under wrap. He was quoted saying, "It feels unique. It is its own world in some ways, and maybe mostly, it scares the fucking shit out of me or something."
wow.
Phoenix said, adding that the character's next project might as well be the thing that scares you the most.
Hell yeah.
So that's what Joaquin Phoenix says to
Yeah,
Collider.
we're coming in
which I
there.
don't know who the fuck Collider is.
Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So
Wow.
I think it's going to be one of our opening night in-game deals. That
Yeah.
we're just going to have
Yeah.
to watch it
Definitely going to that.
Yes,
and review
I am
it.
looking forward to that. That's gonna
Absolutely.
be good. None of this bullshit Avenger in-game crap.
We're doing
Sorry, Rob.
we're doing Dutch rudders.
Dutch rudders. Okay.
Doing Dutch rudders.
And what is that?
It's not gay because it's your hand.
But you said Dutch. I just immediately thought about Predator. And this morning I was looking up the original Predator at
Is
the
the
end.
Predator Dutch?
No, Dutch is his name. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the character. Sorry, but I was just thinking about the scene at the end where he confronts him. He's like, "What the hell are you?" He's like, "What the hell are you?" Does that
Fucking drunk.
like that scene? Like even to this day, when I remember watching when I was younger, and like it scared the shit out of me. Like that, him just
Why?
laughing,
Why?
it's creepy.
I mean, think about it, man.
No, okay. Well, I was reading. I mean, when I saw that scene, and I read some of the comments too, people they made a pretty good point about that. Like how like there's some like depth into that scene, like how simple it is.
Right.
Like he's like Dutch Arnold is talking to Predator. He's pretty much he's bleeding.
Right, of course,
and
yeah.
he's like, Arnold's like, "What the hell are you?" And then the Predator responds back like, what the hell are you? And to you, like, of course, like if you watch the movie, you think he's just mimicking and saying shit, but in reality, he's met his match.
Yeah.
Like Arnold's character, like, because the Predator, he only cares for hunting people like him. He wants the challenge.
Of course.
And like he's met his match. When he says that to Dutch, he's met his match.
I get it from that perspective. What I was getting at is, dude, if I have 20 beers in, I'm gonna sound exactly like Predator. What the hell are you? I'll laugh exactly like that guy because I'm fucking wasted. I was thinking that you're like the guy that actually did the Predator was drunk off his ass.
Oh no!
He's in the suit, drunk.
Yeah,
no.
Of course. Why wouldn't he?
But it. To me, like I never.
No, it makes sense. No,
like
I
when I was,
that.
I just it's creepy to me still. Like, but it's just amazing. The scene is just, and it's great too. Like somebody says, like he doesn't win, he just survives. Dutch, that is, like this is a fight. Like he you think that kind of type of character he always wins, but he didn't technically win. He just survived. Well, technically, he did. Hey,
if
but
you're
he
Arnie,
survived.
you always win. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's right.
But it's just I like how it ended though. Like it's a good ending, and like I love the first two are great. I watched a recent one, and it's just too much CGI and just too cheesy, man.
Yeah,
it's like there could be I don't know. If I had a chance to write it, I have a better version. It just sticking
how
with
would
like
you do it without so much CGI?
Man, look at the originals.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to put some effort,
but that was still.
Yeah.
Putting some effort. Like it just seems to me when they go to CGI, it's just lazy.
Look at Ninja Turtles originals.
Oh yeah.
Like
those are better.
I understand back then they had
better.
no choice, and now you have a choice to like, hey, CGI, or do you want to do old school and put the effort and
It's
and
a money
fucking,
thing, sure.
Yeah, but man, it just when you do that to me, just throwing passion away, and that just seems lazy. I don't know. Just the product is not that great with all the CGI.
Jim Henson died. I think they kind of like fuck it. We're not doing it. We're going to go Michael Bay route.
Yeah, social Michael Bay CGI. Oh, yeah, where? Well, I want some. That's Michael Bay. Fucking drug addict for CGI
by the pound.
By the pound.
So does that takes the cake on current events, or do we got anything else?
I think we have more, don't we?
Do we? I don't know. Do we?
I'm good. Yeah, no,
I have nothing. Yeah. So marijuana. How is that stuff?
Multi?
I'll take some. You got some?
Oh.
I do.
Okay, cool. No, I don't.
Yeah,
want
I'm
any.
jealous.
I don't.
I don't want any. I
I
was just
don't.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Hey, Paul, would you like some actually?
Yeah, fuck you.
Why? Why are you saying fuck you?
Why are you saying fuck, Jake?
Man.
I didn't do anything.
All right, folks. It's time to
that
tell you
sexual
what happened to me
advances, or
about
is it-
3-4 weeks ago and be in disbelief like I was. And
Now we won't. I don't think we'll spill the beans too much
We don't
because
wanna
I
spill the
think
beans.
that this is a good topic for a future episode, and I know you're still getting some research
yeah,
on this.
been doing a lot, and I
And
still
that's
need
just-
to compile and
just a tip.
summarize on it.
So maybe walk us
Yeah,
through
just a
what
tip.
happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And then we go from there.
yeah,
So,
okay,
yeah, there you go. I like that.
excuse me.
So what day was this?
Okay, this is
the date.
about
the exact time.
4 weeks ago. This coming up Monday, I woke up.
Took the dick out of your ass, and then what happened?
Yeah, I woke up. I wasn't feeling too good. I felt a little nauseated, but my stomach was hurting a little bit. So
You woke up like usual time? Or?
yeah, I woke up my normal, usual time, and it just, but that morning just didn't feel. I didn't feel that good. So I went to the bathroom, did what I had to do, whatever, and after that, within an hour or so, I started to feel my stomach was starting to hurt a little more and more, and then I started to feel a little nauseated.
Did you try to poop?
No, I did. That's why I said I went to the bathroom and did my business, and yeah. I
Oh,
didn't
gotcha.
say that.
That's the
yeah.
poop. That's the
yeah,
poop.
the shit.
Or a
yeah.
BM.
Bow wow. Yeah, BM. There you go. BM. Yeah. So after that, and then as time went by, within an hour or so, the pain started to progress and get worse. And when I say pain worse, I'm just talking about my stomach, my abdominal pain.
How did
It was
feel
pretty
exactly?
bad.
It was like a sharp pain.
It was
like
it was dull. It was in between dull and not really sharp. It was mainly dull,
like a
and it just felt like
constipation pain?
it felt bloated. Let's
In,
put
like,
it that way.
In one area or an entire
Upper
or broad?
abdominal, mid and upper abdominal section.
So it's a broad area.
Yeah, but not lower abdominal. But
I mean a broad area, not like
just in the front side of my stomach, not my back. Just in the front. Just felt like in the front side, upper and middle, abdominal pain. Anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
So it started to feel like I had about 7 years ago. I got gallstones. I had several gallbladder attacks. I had about 6 of them, and it felt like everything. It echoed the pain. It felt like I was having a gallbladder attack again. It was like a slow start, and within an hour or so, the pain would just be very intense. So when I had my gallbladder attacks, I would induce vomiting, and I would just, because I thought it was food poisoning or something. I didn't know. So I was kind of doing the same thing. I don't know if it was just something bad I ate or
Get
food poisoning. Out. Yeah, I induced vomiting, and it just like when I had my gallbladder attacks, the only relief I can get when I had my gallbladder attacks was either through hot showers or self-induced vomiting, which would only relieve me of pain for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then the pain just comes back. So it was about an hour or so. It was just getting bad. It was just I was like, fuck, man, I have to go to the fucking hospital or just. So I went to an urgent clinic not too far. I went there.
You drove yourself there?
No, I had my mom take me.
Okay.
My mom took me, and I went there. I told them what was going on. I told them about my symptoms and whatnot. They checked me in. They gave me the administrative morphine to me. The pain was about an 8 or 9 at the time. Mm-hmm. When they gave me morphine, it went down to a 4, maybe a 3. But it was still
how
bad.
Soon after the morphine?
They had to administrate it to me slowly. So it took maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
And I've had morphine administered to me. The first time I knew it was a gallbladder attack years ago, but when it was actually technically my 6th time, but I didn't know it at the time. But when they did that, when they gave me morphine when I had my gallbladder attacks, the pain went away immediately within seconds.
Right.
This shit wouldn't fucking go away.
It's like a warm feeling all over.
Yeah, that's when the first time for my gallbladder attack. But this time,
nothing.
The pain went. It went, like I said, from a 9 to a 3 to a 4, and then 45 minutes later, the pain went back up to a 9. I told him, it fucking hurts. It's still going. It's like, you're going to have to wait. We can't give you anything. We already gave you morphine. So this went on for about 8 hours or so. I was in urgent care. And they gave me 2 more administrating morphine.
Right.
It still didn't work. Then they gave me a GI cocktail, which is Maalox, and I forgot the other part, but
like Dilaudid or something like that.
It was very. It didn't taste good, and it was just it was supposed to it was just another alternative to see if the pain will subside, and that didn't do shit, honestly. And I kept asking, the pain is it's killing me. The pain, it was hard to breathe, and the pain was just so immense. It was the worst pain I ever felt. Up until with the gallbladder, at least when they did it the first time I had my gallbladder attack, like I said, the morphine that time they pumped so much,
at least
it worked.
Right. But
I found out too that they administered it to me slowly and only so much because they said I could get addicted to it. I didn't know you can get morphine off the street so easily.
Oh yeah.
Sure you can. And I was like, I don't fucking care. It's like, fucking kill the pain. Pump me up. Take me to space. I don't want to just take the fucking pain away. So 8 hours go by, and I tell the doctors what my medical history is. They run some tests there, and they ask me too, do I do any recreational drugs? I tell them yes. I smoke weed, and I drink occasionally.
What kind of weed do you smoke though?
It doesn't matter. Just smoke.
I'm just asking,
they just asked me if I smoked weed. I was like, I smoked the vape. I'm sorry. I'm just no. Good question though. Didn't mean to be a dick sounding like that. I'm sorry. I know you just, yeah.
Are you in pain right now?
It's a vape. No, I'm good.
Oh, okay, got you.
I'm good. No, thank God. So they told me, it's like, look, either, at this point, it's, we've done what we could, unless you think you could ride this out at home, or if you want to go to the hospital, we can call an ambulance and transfer you. I was like, man, I don't know. Take me to the fucking hospital because like this is painful. Like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You guys don't have a solution. And I'm still in pain. So yeah, please ship me over there. Right. So I go over there. I'm still in fucking pain.
Well, did they do anything in the ambulance at all? Or?
No, I just the only pain relief I had was just self-inducing vomiting, for only 10 seconds of relief.
So at this point, you're still at the urgent care.
Yeah, but I was going back to like when they ship me. I go to they take me to the ambulance, or right. I go in the ambulance
to go to the hospital.
To go to the hospital, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And they couldn't give me anything to kill the pain. Nothing. They just said I'm just gonna have to wait.
Right.
Wait, and like I said, the only way I can relief from pain is just self-induced vomiting, and that was my only pain reliever. It's fucking terrible, but that was the only thing I had. And
that ride must have sucked.
Yes, it was fucking awful. And I get there. They check me in. I'm fucking like just in so much pain. It's funny, like I was fucking screaming and like, well, not screaming, but I was just moaning pretty bad. And then the door was open. They shut the door on me. He's like, shut that motherfucker
up. do like a scaled down version of maybe the moan you thought you did.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah,
come on.
I'm not gonna fucking do that.
I said scaled down. Don't yell, but like
is it like that or
is it more high, like a
No,
or like the O
moaning,
face.
man. It was moaning. It wasn't sexual either. I wish it was. Jesus Christ. So, anyways, I'm in a hospital.
Right.
They give me morphine one time. Eventually, after because like I think it's between every 2-3 hours or so. They can
whatever
give it
the
to
interval
me.
is, right?
Whatever the interval is, yeah. So they gave me. By then, it was the fourth time they administered it to me. It did hardly anything.
Yeah, you should be on cloud 9 4 times in a day's span, right? Like a 8 to 10 hour window, right?
I'm not too sure about that, but
Man,
I mean, like 9 o'clock in the morning to like 9 o'clock in the evening. They gave you 4 doses of that.
Yeah, I think it was
4,
around
maybe
there.
5.
Yeah, no, that's roughly about the window or so. Yeah.
Have you ever had?
It was
morphine,
before.
Josh?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So here's just a sidebar.
Go ahead.
So I can lick a Tylenol PM and be out for 14 days.
Right.
Damn.
So I'm huge as shit. So when I go to the hospital, when I had my gallbladder attacks,
yeah,
that's right.
They gave me morphine at first, and I was on cloud 9 for probably a good 5 hours, and then after that they gave me Dilaudid. I said, I'm still in some pain. So they gave me Dilaudid. And I was out, bro.
Wow.
I was done. Down for the count. I can't take medicine,
if
dude.
you're going through that shit and you're going through 4 doses
of morphine, yeah.
It's fucked. That's crazy. Cause
that's
pain. That's pain,
crazy.
yeah.
It's fucking terrible. So, okay, so eventually, like after the 4th one,
right.
It was the same thing. It went down. It went from a 9 to like a 3 or 4. Then it just went back up. Like fuck, man. Like it was just like is there no end to it? Like what the fuck is gonna happen to me? I was so fucking frightened. Like I just want the pain to go away.
Was death ever like in your mind at all? Like,
no,
I'm being serious.
No. I was man.
Because you only know your own body,
right. I was just frustrated and just trying. Like I was trying to cope with it too, and try to figure out like how to lay down certain positions if it worked. And man, nothing.
How was your heart rate during
worked.
that time? Because usually when your body's in stress like that,
your heart
well, see, I was
up,
hyperventilating a lot. I was sweating a lot, and I had 3 blankets on me, and they kept telling me, it's like, you need to slow down your breathing. It's like, I can't fucking breathe. Like it's so hard to breathe. Like I understand. Like, and I wasn't, and I understood from their perspective. I kept my composure too, as much as I could. I wasn't, because I'm in pain. It was easy for me to lash out to them, but I wasn't trying to, because I know they're trying to help me. Sure, it's just that's what I kept in mind, and I did my best, held my composure as much as I could. So going back to like after the 4th administration, like I think it was, I don't know, it was like maybe at least 10 hours or 12 hours, like you said, Josh, and then it was getting pretty late, and I told him, hey, like I'm still in, like, I think the pain was actually getting a little bit, subsiding a little bit. It was probably still like a 7. And I told him, I was like, look, I want to go to sleep, but I need something to put me to sleep. Can you give me a pain medication? So they give me a 10 milligram narco. 45 minutes later, the pain was gone.
So what is that? What does that mean? A 10 milligram narco? Is that
Narcotic.
morphine? I know.
No, pill. Narcotic.
Pill.
Opiate.
Okay.
Opiate.
For those non-drug users.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm
good.
surrounded by fucking street pharmacists here. But
Hey, no, I'm not, bro, at all.
And that's what it took was that. I was like, fuck, man, I wish they gave me that earlier.
it's like a hydrocodone, or is this like a
like narco? You know,
a Valium or whatever you call it.
Narcotic. I mean,
yeah.
I think they didn't specify, but I think it was a hydrocodone.
It's called a narco. But they, I'm trying to get it.
So basically, like I said, after about 16 hours of pain, that narcotic finally put me out, and I slept. I woke up the next morning. I was in the hospital. Yeah, like I felt fucking great. I never felt so good. You know, I was hooked up on IVs. Like there was no pain.
Beer me.
Nothing. Yeah, I was like, no, man. I was ready to. I wanted to get out. I was like, okay, I think I'm good. So they kept me there till like about 4 in the afternoon.
Of course, yeah.
And so the doctor eventually arrived and told me, he's like, hey, he's like, you know, you're looking better. You seem, a lot better. Like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, well, after all the tests, everything came back negative. But based on what you told us from your medical history and your recreational use of drugs,
here's a vague diagnosis.
Is the weed.
Yeah.
It was weed. He said, we've been receiving a lot of patients similar to under your circumstances and what you've been going through, and it's because of marijuana consumption. And he didn't specify that much,
but based
and
on,
I was in disbelief, and I couldn't fucking believe it. And he just said, I didn't really ask much, and I was like, I'm just gonna look it up and take it there for myself.
Right.
So I looked it up. I came across what they call.
Before you get into that, during that time, how much were you initially smoking?
That's
if you don't mind me asking.
A year.
I mean,
every day for a year.
Every day for a year.
Yeah.
How much per day would you say?
I don't know.
It's hard to monitor.
But every day was a use.
Yeah, but at the time I was actually weaning off too. For like the past month, I was cutting back a lot.
But you're still using every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he. I just want to recap. So he made that, I'll call it a diagnosis, based on other patients with similar, I'm guessing, test results,
symptoms,
and with also similar recreational drug uses.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm there. Oh, and also 9 o'clock was when your dad texted me and said you were sleeping nicely.
Yeah.
So just to wrap up, the timeline there.
9 o'clock. It was almost 10.
No, 8:55. Got the text message. And now it could be kind of in that neighborhood.
I remember being at 10 o'clock.
You saw 10 o'clock?
You were on some fucking narcos.
Yeah, bro, you're on so much morphine. You don't know what day it was.
My perception of time? Fuck that.
We could have told you it was Valentine's Day.
Bullshit.
I love you too.
I was very aware of it. That was the longest fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
And I would know. I mean, just...
No. So what... So let's get into
it. Okay.
What'd you find, Paul?
So basically, I came across what... it's called cannabinoid... Yes. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. And I couldn't believe it. You know, if you're listening to this, you probably are going to be in disbelief as well. But from what I've been reading, and like Jacob said, there's a lot. I've been doing a lot of research ever since I've heard about it, and just reading the stories, and then the information that's out there about this is kind of limited because, well, the cases are.
Well, they can't do studies.
There's not many studies. Yeah, this stuff is not, marijuana is not federally legal federally. So regulation and studies is by the government is non-existent at this point. And the only thing that's available is, private or in other other people, other stories, just hearing from other people from communities on Reddit and Facebook. And that's what I've been doing, a lot of research, and there's not that much information about it. And from what I've been reading, it's some scary shit.
Right.
So,
but you all share the same symptoms, obviously, right?
Yes.
And you had to cut it all out right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah. They told me straight up, you need to stop. If you continue consumption, this will happen again. And a lot of people don't want to believe it. Unfortunately, from what I read from a lot of stories, people are so they don't want to believe it because we're sold
Came from the earth.
that this is this is one of the greatest things that we stumbled upon.
Well, I think there's a lot of medicinal uses for it, and
I understand, but still, a lot of people. I hate to say it though, and this is another thing I want to say. I am not trashing, or this isn't a smear campaign against weed or anything. No, I fucking love it. I stop smoking. For me to stop smoking was a heartache, man. I wasn't fucking crushed by it, man.
Right.
Pairing it with just listening to music. I love music.
Right.
I fucking love. You guys know that. That's fucking something near and dear to me. That means the world to me. And when I started smoking weed last year, and I really appreciated it, and especially listening to music, it was the best therapeutic, therapeutic. I'm sorry, excuse me. Thing that I came across besides exercising, it made the fucking world to me. It's like I'd rather smoke than drink. I'd rather smoke than do anything. Honestly, like most things, it was to me. I don't know. I just didn't see anything threatening about it. And from what I known up until now, for me, okay. That being said, people,
because we know people that's been smoking like damn near 20 years.
And that's why we're gonna. I'm gonna try to say as much as I can without spoiling. I mean, there's a lot of shit about this I've been reading about, and then a lot of people responding about a post I made about gathering more information and stories and knowledge and remedies, anything about this pertaining to CHS, to let people know about this, because this is some scary shit. So, but let me see here.
While you're looking that up, I do want to touch base with you while you're going through that. So you kept around the same diet, around the same intake, around the same. So your environment's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Your intake food wise is the same. The only thing you've cut out is the cannabis, and you haven't experienced any more of that abdominal pain.
That's correct.
And you don't, and obviously none of the other things. Anything else that you do.
Wait, I take that back. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Because another thing too is because I think there's phases. I can't pronounce it, but see, I don't want to get too much into that. Let's put it this way. Yeah. When people stop, people have been saying and reporting that even when they stop, and it depends too. Like every person is different. Literally, every case is just fucking. It's crazy. And I think it might be due to THC buildup in the body. Okay. So whatever remains, there's potential that it lays dormant, and it can attack you. And why and what triggers it, and they don't know. They don't know exactly why. And like I said, I stopped for. It's like I said, it's been almost 4 weeks. Within 2.5 weeks, I felt the pain coming back, and I didn't smoke.
Right.
Nothing. Same thing. I woke up in the morning. I went for a run, and then after the run, I started to notice the similar abdominal pain kind of coming back. It was slow, just like I said when it first started. It was very slow,
right,
and it started progressing. So I felt it coming, and I was like, okay, I need to know if this is for sure. So I'm going to go take a shower and see if that relieves the pain. I waited a few minutes before the shower so I can let it build up a little bit, and it's scary to do this, but I just need to know. So I waited 10 minutes, and the pain started to come. I got in the shower, I put on the hot shower, and the pain went away. And to me, that was telling me it's fucking coming back. And then I just didn't take any chances. I had leftover painkillers from a prescription. I was like, fuck this. I just took one, and the pain went away.
Right. So, and you're saying that
basically the pain
is residual THC in your system, because
possibly. That's
could be.
That's what people are saying is if there's THC buildup,
every day, then
But that THC buildup too also depends on your weight and how much body fat, because THC binds and bonds the body fat. So the more body fat you have, the more chances it's going to stick around. So I've been exercising as much as I can and trying to burn it. So I can get rid of it as much as I can.
Question.
Go on.
Does the vape have more THC than the flower?
It's highly concentrated.
Ooh.
See, here's the deal about that, though.
though.
Here's the deal about that. A lot of people are saying, like, a lot of articles from what I read, they're saying it only affects heavy smokers. But from what I read on Reddit communities and Facebook, it affects anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter like how much you use it via flower, vape, wax, dabs, edibles. If it has THC, hell, even CBD oil is causing people to have these triggers. It's fucked up, man.
But doesn't CBD oil have a higher level of THC in
No.
it?
It has a very minimal level of THC. Yeah.
CBD
Excuse me
is-
for being naive about this. I don't know too much.
No, you're good. But yeah, because CBD is the legal version or the legal.
It's without the psychoactive parts. It's
because also, and I would be curious to find out if there
Psychomantis.
are differences between like an indica and a sativa, right? Because one is more of an upper and one is more of a downer.
well, yeah, one's a stimulant,
least-
one's a depressant.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would be curious, but if it's just a THC thing in general,
It's just
then
a
it doesn't
THC.
matter.
It doesn't matter. If it has THC in it, it's going to fuck you up. Depending.
The curious thing is that you felt those similar pains after, and I don't, I'm not a doctor, but that is curious that it kind of came back.
Yeah.
And you took
Some
a hot
people,
shower
because some
and it
people,
was gone.
I've got, like I said, I got lucky. Mine, the pain, like I said, my first episode, like after that one narco, like I didn't have any pain for over 2 weeks. And
Have
then
you had any pain since that hot shower?
I felt it coming again this Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I said, other people like reported like they stop and like even months.
So let me just
it comes back.
Well, let me be devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that maybe it's something else, or maybe or is what you think is that it's possibly just built up that much since you smoked for that long?
But see, that's
of a deal.
like I said, studies
It's
are
interesting science. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you, man.
studies are very limited on this
Well,
stuff.
you
and
can't do a study.
It's
'cause
hard.
You can't have,
Well, I mean, that's why I'm trying to compile this information and reaching out to other people and just seeing what they say.
But that's more just what they
of
feel.
course, but
and
you
what
can't.
they-
I mean, you can't knock that though. Like I know
Well,
that's
no. I'm not saying you can knock
Right.
it, but at the same time, there's not a medical control
Right.
versus
right. Of course,
right.
And I mean, that's what's sad about it and scary. It's just the information is there's not that much about there, and like
Yeah.
a lot of people are in disbelief so much that they try remedies, which there is, change of diet and exercising, a lot of things. It does help,
But it's more
only
so
for
of like
so
a-
long. It's very temporary because what people try to do is they'll think, okay, I'll change my lifestyle, I'll make better habits, I'll take a break off the weed, and I'll come back on it. No, sir. It doesn't matter how much breaks you have. You come back to it. That's just gonna. As soon as you start smoking, and depending on the person, there've been reports people saying within that hour or within days or weeks after they smoked, and they have severe the CHS fucking just comes back with a vengeance and fucks them up.
Snaps.
It's some scary shit.
So, quick question. I'm not into this whole weed community, even though I like it. Is there like more of a wide variety of weed out there in today's market compared to there was like 15, 20 years ago?
I would say yeah,
What
definitely.
do you could you define
Like you
what
have
you
like
Kush, you got your
you got your White Widow, you got your Cinderella 99, you got your
freaking-
super
all that
sour
stuff, you know?
diesel, you got all
There's
that.
there's
yeah.
different strands, like more now than
Yeah.
there were.
The earliest case
Absolutely.
of CHS is in 1983.
right?
How many strains were back then?
I get that. Okay, and I'm with you on that.
I think it's just strictly the THC, and it just triggers for certain people. Like
Right, but what I'm
doesn't-
trying to get at is this: how many cases were there back in 1983, except just that
Well,
one?
Well, but
see, that's the thing.
but
People
see,
didn't know
right, 'cause
that
when
it
it's-
was
when it's
the-
early on.
the weed
you wouldn't
that
attribute it to the weed. You would go,
and
I ate something bad. Or
yeah,
Right.
and the guy from 1983 apparently didn't know for I think 2 decades.
So okay,
that was because he continued to smoke, thinking.
and just kept having these stomach
Yeah,
pains. That's
yeah,
terrible.
and that's the thing. I was
Sounds
telling
terrible.
Jacob earlier. The first thing I did when I woke up, I felt a little nauseated and I had stomach pains. You know what I did? I reached for my vape pen.
Right.
That made it worse, and that's what that's what it does. unfortunately, like when we some people take, smoke weed for nausea.
Yeah.
And for stomach pain.
Well, I know the oil helps with some people with those nauseous
it depends, but some people just they smoke flower or
some people have like chemotherapy.
Yeah.
They smoke weed and it helps with their nausea.
Of course,
Not throw it.
Right.
See, my thing is whenever you go to the grocery store and you buy a fucking can of juice, you got to read what's inside and if it's really good or not. But I mean, you don't.
Right.
But you should, right?
I mean,
people are more leaning to more organic shit, right? Like the organic milk, which we don't even need milk right anymore. We're fucking grown ass men.
Well, but
we still drink it. But
at the same time, you don't need all that stuff that's in there. You don't know what that is.
Exactly. But that's exactly what my point is. Right. We don't know what this fucking oil that we're smoking, which I get it. It's concentrated fucking THC and all that shit, right? I get it. But it's still one of those things mass produced.
Right.
Money,
like I said, one guy even said he grew his own shit and he still got it.
I'm not knocking the THC is not the factor.
Yeah.
I get it. But it seems like maybe it's just the way technology is moving super fast. Right. There are more cases today.
Well, I think because
people have more access to it. There's going to be more cases.
Is it far-fetched to say that we really don't know what the fuck we're smoking? Look what happened.
It could be.
Yeah, I mean, we
don't know.
We were buying it, right? And especially here, it's not legal, but we're buying it, and we don't know what we're smoking. It could be some sort of cocktail, like what they used to sell at the gas station. What makes you think that they don't throw that ingredient?
You make a good point. I think about it. It could be. It just maybe. Let's just say THC, whatever the weed. Let's just say all that's fine. Whatever. Maybe there's something in our. I don't know, something newly introduced in our foods. Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's
because here's the thing, right? So you take an orange from 1960,
as far as earlier
and you
cases,
take an orange from 2011, it's not the same orange. Because the farmers go, I want to be able to harvest those trees 4 times a year instead of 2 times a year. And then they go, well, how can we do that? Well, we got to engineer these oranges to grow faster.
Yeah.
Fuck the nutrients. It's got vitamin C in it.
Yeah.
I can call it an orange. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they go, okay, great. So now my trees produce 4 harvests of, I can harvest my trees 4 times a year instead of 2. That's 4 batches of money I'm making instead of 2, and I'm in to win it. So there is altering with food and environment and things like that. But
I fucking chickens, man.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Those chicken breasts are this fucking big. Terry Crews looking chickens running around this motherfucker.
Yeah, right. That's what's frightening about it. From what we know, it's the THC's doing it, but why it's triggered to certain people like me versus others that have been doing it for decades. It doesn't affect them at all.
Filter you out, man.
But right, hold on, the THC could be just a reaction agent.
But also, too, like that's the thing. Like the smoking, it delays and suppresses these symptoms. Like it's like a turning point, like a reaching a threshold. Think of it as that. I'm trying to think of it as like an analogy, or the best way I can explain is after smoking so much, and like. From like the symptoms will be like the nausea or whatever some people take it for, it'll be a relief. But after a while, like after so much consumption, like I say, you reach a threshold. It's the exact opposite. It will make you nauseated and it will give you stomach pain.
Okay, so you're saying it's kind of like
certain people, not everybody. Right. But
I'll equate it to this. So you start giving your kids melatonin. Eventually, people who take melatonin often enough their brain stops producing melatonin. That's what makes you go to sleep.
Converting.
So if you take melatonin enough, your body's like, well, fuck it, you're doing it, cool. I don't have to. Bye. Right. And then your body stops producing melatonin. Yeah. So I guess that would be my analogy for how you're saying if people smoke enough weed and you get enough of that going, then eventually your body's like, okay, well, fuck you, dude, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned it like THC. You stop smoking, but you say it still lingers in your body. It's like it's congested in your body, right?
Well, it stores to your fat cells.
Right.
It sticks to your fat cells.
THC
But
buildup.
also, look, obviously it's so new. There's so many variables that that why this is happening.
Right. There's no control. Right.
But what other substance? And I'm not trying to throw your baggage out there, but what other substance have you used on a long period of time?
Right.
That's possibly stored in your fat cells as well.
Dude's jizz.
Like when that
grape
too.
juice.
But like even like medication.
Oh yeah.
Like fucking Adderall. Shit like that. Does that shit still store in your fat cells too?
We're also not saying Paul is addicted to Adderall, but
No, he is not. No.
Just to be clear,
There's
I
no
fucking hate it.
Paul has no addictions. I know that for a fact. But I'm
Dicks.
just saying, like, I know there was a time where it helps out people, and that's store, and if that does store in your fat cells, and then you have something.
I don't.
like THC
I haven't read anything about. I'm not
right.
saying, I'm not doubting you, but I don't know anything about that.
See, and
but I see your
the thing.
point,
so
though.
many variables out there.
There's a lot.
That could be one of them.
And that's what I'm trying to pin. We're all like in these communities. We're all trying to help each other and trying to pinpoint to see a common denominator to like as like what's common to all of us that has this problem. What's our prior history like, and just trying to go over that and
THC
reading these
is a
stories
common
and just it's
denominator,
very
right.
important. Just hearing all these people out, like I know, just like I said, some people have it so fucking bad that they can't stop. They can't stop vomiting. They can't stop eating. I mean, not stop eating. They can't eat.
Yeah, you mentioned that they're taking hot showers and they're staying in there for fucking weeks.
Yeah, some girl said she lived in her bathtub for fucking weeks because that was the only way she can relieve the pain.
That sucks,
and
man.
people like somebody. I read somebody too. Like they fucking the pain was so bad and the vomiting was so bad that they lost 40 pounds in 19 days. 19 days.
Damn.
That's fucking terrific.
I need that kind of weight loss, bro.
That's just
Smoke a bunch of marijuana.
yeah,
man.
go for it,
Apparently
man.
so,
It
man.
ain't fucking worth it though. God damn, it's fucking terrible.
Throw up in my mouth, Paul. Let me get some of that CHC or CDS or whatever you call it.
I know you don't, man.
Well,
I
I mean-
do not wish this upon
No.
anybody,
I'm
man.
just
It
kidding.
is
I'm just
awful.
kidding. Oh, so let me ask you this. Let's go round table. I'll ask you this question. So
Yeah.
what? And I'll start with Paul, because obviously the feeling is that if the federal government were to, well, I'll start here. So the feeling is that obviously with more, and we talked about it earlier, with more access to all of these different strains of weed and just weed in general, right? As a populace, we have something like, I don't even know how many states have legalized it, but a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, with access to all that, we're gonna have problems, right?
Yeah.
Because more people are doing it, things are gonna happen.
Yeah,
people
that's
are gonna,
what I'm predicting.
People are gonna go, hey, look.
That's why I want to bring this up because you know,
Right.
the more we're going to have more access to this. So I'm telling you right now, the numbers are
more shit
small.
like this
the
is gonna
numbers
happen.
are going to go big on CHS, and people are going to be in disbelief, and they're going to keep smoking, and they're going to be in a terrible, violent cycle.
Right, so let me ask you this.
Some people need to know this.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah,
So with let's say
it's not a knock on weed anyway. Either way,
right.
By the way,
So let's say
Again.
the federal government legalizes THC, and all the states follow suit.
Yeah.
You know, Texas included, and we start this process, right? So Colorado can use all their excess tax money. We can start, really developing this. Is that do you see that as it pertains to this? Do you see that as a positive or a negative? And talk a little bit about what you think that would look like.
Say that one more time.
So the federal government legalizes weed, right? So these numbers are going to go up.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But does that, because they've federally legalized it, do you think that ultimately helps or hurts in reference or as it pertains to this?
The thing is,
And talk a little bit about what you think that would look like.
yeah, I'm for federal legalization. I still want this to be legalized. I think plenty of people can still see a use to this, but unfortunately for some, there's negative repercussions to it, and I'm unfortunately was one of them. But what I fear.
Okay.
Okay, well, go on. What
I was going to say, in reference to that though, with federal legalization, then companies like Pfizer and some of these drug companies, right, can then perform studies,
right?
And so then let's say 6 months down the line, they say, "Hey, Paul, eat this Jew root, and now you can smoke weed."
Yeah, because I'm waiting for that day. Yeah,
right, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Is that something you think could happen?
Yes, and I think that it has to happen because I really do predict the numbers are going to be high. Yeah. And people are not going to know about it. And like I said, people are going to be in disbelief. They're not going to want to believe it. We all have this connotation. Even I did that, nobody's died from marijuana. That's the thing. And everybody sticks with that. And I don't blame them. I was there. I mean, I feel the same way. But it's really frightening that this happened to me. Like, I'm still in shock about it. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I miss fucking smoking weed. I want to smoke so bad, but it's not worth it. The pain was fucking awful. But that being said, yes, I want, because there's got to be a cure for it. Because some people, it's unfortunate. I feel so bad for some people. Like, they say, like, I smoke because my anxiety and depression, and then for other medicinal uses, they can't use it anymore because they have it. Otherwise, it's either whatever problems they have, and what normally they use marijuana to alleviate those symptoms, or either do that and then suffer the fucking pain. Just the trade-off is not worth it. It sucks. Right. But for some other people, it feels like there is no trade-off, or like they feel like they have no choice, or they feel like lost, or they feel like there's no life without weed. And there is, but it's a tough road. You have to learn to substitute certain things, and you got to find other ways to leave, what you normally take, right. the reason why you smoke or whatever you use marijuana for. It's just terrible. And I want studies. There's got to be research on this stuff, because this is scary shit. And I fear that we're finally going to maybe hear, maybe marijuana related deaths, because some people report they almost died from kidney failure because of this. And they came close, severe. In severe cases, they can cause an organ failure because of CHS.
So is the whole community banking like THC is the sole reason?
Yeah.
Everybody's saying that.
Some people try to say, like try to specify, it's pesticides. Pesticides have a different reaction compared to CHS. And some people try to say, like, well, maybe it's just like what you're saying, like, it's just strictly it's the dabs or the wax. It's not the flower. No, everybody's saying no matter what, edibles, flower, dabs, like anything with THC containing it, even like unfortunately CBD oil is making people vomit still.
But the problem is it's all skepticism, right? Because nobody can study it.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Have you seen that
but
happening?
It's pinpointing to that. What about
the happening? It's fucking marijuana attacking everybody. They're going to take over the world.
Wait, say it again.
It's marijuana. When the plants attack everybody.
Mark Wahlberg. Okay, yeah. That's their revenge for smoking. Smoking their dead or their
your girl Zoe Deschanel. Hot dog.
You guys
like hot dogs, right? Look at mustard. Fucking guy.
Well, I mean this is crazy. It's very interesting.
Yeah,
and I would love to have a follow-up episode where you actually bring like other testimonials, and maybe even have somebody that in your freaking community that can actually come on that's going through it too, and get like a two-person perspective on this.
And what I could say, I mean, like I said, there's a lot more to be said, and I really want to compile what I've been researching and just try to summarize and really get into, as far as explaining what it does, the symptoms and, treatments, remedies, possible, complications of it. And honestly, the cure at this point is just to stop, unfortunately. I hate to say it. Until there's an actual cure, the best cure is abstain. And if you,
just like sex.
What's sad about this too is
Absolutely.
like you won't know you have it till it happens to you. You can tell, like you can, based on the symptoms what I'm telling you, like as far as like early morning sickness, severe abdominal pain, stuff like that. That's when you kind of want to. I would definitely reach out to a doctor just in case, or go to the ER, because
I guess
It's just
I'm
something you want to fuck around with because this shit can fucking ruin your life, and it's cost people their, you know, I've read other people too, like it devastated their lives financially and like just everything, man, because you're fucking in constant pain for fucking depending on the person. Like I said, it could be hours, fucking days, weeks, or months, sometimes years for some of these people.
Well, let me follow up and ask you this, just to play devil's advocate a little bit.
Yeah.
So you smoked for an entire year, and
I took some breaks.
Right, but I mean, it was generally every day. Yeah, generally speaking. Mm-hmm. And then before that, you smoked weed on and off.
Not really.
No. But it's not like you never touched the stuff before.
No, right? I smoked it before, but I just didn't really care for it. But
it wasn't a habit.
Because like I really started was early last year, but it wasn't that much. I didn't really go into full blown when I started getting access to vape carts, and that was May of last year. Right. And that's when I went, and it's easy to, because of the convenience of the vape, bam, it can it could just not light up, but just turn on and smoke, and bam, it's, it's easy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But like I said, it affects from long-time heavy smokers to even just novice people, and it just depends on each person, and I still don't understand.
There's a lot of
we
research
don't know why it affects certain people. So like I said,
I'm on Team THC here, so I'm trying
to.
And
but it's my enemy.
I don't want to give the right their time. Do you guys have anything else in common? Besides,
that's what I'm trying to find out.
God damn it.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm trying to find a common denominator.
Do y'all drink Miller Lite? Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, like, what the hell?
Is it just vape?
I'm just trying to. No,
he said
no. He said edibles too. Yeah.
I said everything. Anything with THC in it, even CBD oil, according to some people, still gives them the same symptoms.
Well, so
trigger CHS.
Are they not Gentleman No Class fans?
They are not, and that's why it's going down. Well, it sounds like we have a lot of content for an entire, I would say a couple series, really, on everything going on with it.
Yeah. We could do follow-ups and stuff like that as it's going to progress. We're going to I want to find out as much information as I can.
I would like to get another person
and update as much.
I'd like to get a doctor on here and maybe do a little.
We'll see if we can reach out. Man, I mean, that'll be definitely great because the recap and just conclude basically on what what I've been saying.
Yeah, what's your PSA, Paul?
Again, this isn't a knock on weed. This is not a smear campaign against weed.
No.
I'm just telling you what happened to me, and many others are being affected. And you might be affected too if you smoke. You just don't know it. I hate to say it, but be careful. And if you suspect any of those symptoms, you
chill out.
Go to a hospital.
Right.
And then I hate to say it, you're not to stop. There's no breaks. You can do as much breaks as you can, as much lifestyle change as you can. It doesn't matter. It will strike back. And I hate to say it, and it's sad. I had to let it go. A lot of us had to. And unfortunately, if you're there, you know what it's like. And if you do arrive there, I'm sorry. And I hope you don't, because it's terrible. It affects certain people for some reason, and we don't know yet. And hopefully we'll find out soon. And just be careful out there, please. It was the worst pain of my life. I never wish it on anybody. It was god awful.
Here's your stomach.
Yeah.
Here's your stomach.
I mean, your health. Yeah. Our health is everything, I know, but
No, that was good stuff.
Be careful, people, please. I beg you, just please be careful.
Yeah. We beg you.
And on that note, I am
several
Jake.
nights. I gotta piss so bad, Paul.
Well, I'm Jake. Okay.
Oh, Paul, yeah, and I'm supposed to be.
And I'm Big Josh.
Have a good night.
Thank you.